Peace and welcome back to the channel. Vegas 118 is in the books. Warlord went 9-3 on the sides. Shadowbox Final was profitable, although we could have did better. Only one fight really took us down on that, and there was method variance, which we got every single week. 100 down, got clipped again. So basically, we had good reads, we suffered some variance, profitable night, and we still got improvement to do, still have lessons to learn. Let's get to it right away. No time to waste. This is the lightning round over here on this. Alright, first up we had Ketlen Souza. She beat Ariana Carnelosi. Warlord chose Souza. That was the pick. We had Souza by decision. This was also the first bet we lost on the Shadowbox finale. Ketlen Souza is a decision finisher. Decision finisher, we knew that. It's most of how our fights go down. I thought about taking her on the double chance, but anyway, she caught Carnelosi with a head kick. I mean, how often does that happen? She caught her with a head kick, put her down. First round, we're looking at 1 minute 34 seconds into the first round. Next up, Gisela Chavez beat Eunice Dubin. Now, Chavez was a heavy favorite, getting wider all during the week. You watched this fight, Dubin looked good. Dubin looked good. This one ended in a split decision that could have went either way. I'm glad Chavez won. We needed it. She was the cleaner favorite. The structure held. Next, Joe Anderson Brito defeated Jordan Levitt. On this one, we were on Joe Anderson Brito. I thought this would be a close one. Well, Jordan Levitt gets in there, especially since moving his weight class, but he's always way stronger than everybody gives him credit for. Everybody gets out of the ring and then post-fight interviews are talking about being surprised by how strong he was. Before the fight, there was a question on whether or not Jordan Levitt's grappling was real. I mean, he's a jiu-jitsu fighter and he does well, but was his grappling real? But I think that Brito's physicality, his pressure, negated all of that. And he caught him coming in. That choke that he works on, man. He got him with the ninja choke. That was crazy. Chelsea Chandler defeated Priscilla Cachoeira. Zombie Girl is losing again, man. I think she should get out of it. She was one of my favorites back in the day. She's on a super losing run. Chelsea Chandler, we didn't know how good she was going to be. Not having fought in over a year. It was a low confidence fight. But we picked Chandler, and we were right again through the first 4 fights. Edgar Shirez versus Bruno Silva. Now, this one we got wrong, but it was the lowest confidence of all the other fights on the Warlord confidence meter. And if you get the Warlord, you know that if you have the Warlord subscription, you know about the system note and all the things that are in the system note. The system note in this one said that the counter case, if Bruno Silva wasn't to win, it would be Shirez's submission danger early. And that's exactly what happened. You know, Warlord was on the other side of this one, but it told you if it wasn't Silva, this is exactly what was going to happen. And that is exactly what did happen. You don't get a win for that, but that's real. This next one, if you watched the video, I said in the video, Marcus McGhee will knock out John Yanis. Marcus McGhee did not knock out John Yanis. They went to decision. The crazy thing about this, the first 4 fights were finishes. Then you get to these bangers who throw hands with heavy power, John Yanis and Marcus McGhee, and that is the right one. Or that's the one that goes the distance. You can't make this stuff up. It's opposite day on SpongeBob. We were correct again. We were on McGhee. We missed the method. We said McGhee would win by TKO. Now, that's the second bet we lost. At this point in the card on the night, we are 0 for 2. And we're 4-0. We won. We picked the winner of every single fight so far. The Shiraz fight. I'm sorry, I forgot about that one. 5-4-1. We picked the winner of every side except for Shiraz and Bruno Silva, and we lost 2 methods. So next up was Alessandro Costa. He defeated Matt Schnell. He beat him with a KO. We were going to go KO first round to try to get some steam back on this, but we played it safe in the end. Minus 170, 0.75 units. This was the first bet on the night. We won. So, very good. And it was a method. So we ended up getting a little back with the methods. We're looking at 1 and 2 on the bets for the night. Now, another guy coming up is Iwo Baranowski, one of our favorites. Iwo Baranowski does not mess around. Seen a lot of people out there saying Iwo Baranowski by sub. I thought that was ridiculous, but hey, if it hit, it hit. I had Iwo Baranowski just to cover my butt to go inside the distance as part of the Castle Parlay. We avoided the KO only trap and felt like that was the right adjustment, just in case. Because there's a lot out there about his coach saying that they were really working his submission game. So you got people hearing that and making bets on it. We did not take the KO. We took the inside distance to cover our butts, like I said. So that was part of the Castle Parlay. Next up, Bryce Mitchell defeated Santiago Luna. We had Bryce Mitchell correct on the winner. Veteran grappling structure. Man, Bryce Miller. I tell you what, one of my social media friends out there, guy who I always look for his stuff to see what he's talking about. He's kind of crazy, but he made a post saying something like, if you think Santiago Luna, you're a fool if you think Santiago Luna is going to win. Dude, I almost picked Santiago Luna after that. Santiago Luna is going to be great. He was previously undefeated. He's a tough Mexican fighter. Do not sleep on Santiago Luna. Now, I was on the Bryce Mitchell side with him, so I didn't go in on too bad. But I'm not with calling the other creators fools because they don't agree with my pick. That's a little bit extra. Anyway, Bryce Mitchell dominated the fight mostly. Santiago Luna could not get off his back, and Bryce Mitchell had him flat, and then he subbed him before it ended in the third. So, good job, Bryce Mitchell. Go ahead, you get yours. Next up, this was the one. Oh my God! And I knew during the week that Tom Nolan was going to give me trouble. Fares Zaim. This is just wrong. But I tell you what, man. Listen, if you watch this fight, if you ever watched Anderson Silva, he would come out in that first round and not do anything, called it like he was computer calculating his opponent, getting their range, getting their speed, getting their movement, and then he would come out and just destroy them in the second round. ZM was being way too patient. He was not letting his hands go. He wasn't being himself, and I think he got caught. He was bleeding from the mouth and nose a little bit after that first round. I think he got caught by a couple of Nolan's punches and was surprised at the power there. So he comes out at the beginning of the second round and starts to look better. He's way more aggressive. He changed up his whole game plan. Now he looks like the guy we thought we were putting 2 units down on. Now he looks like he can and he goes for a kick and slips and falls on his back. Nolan's on him immediately. Neither one of them do much the rest of the round, but Nolan gets the round because he falls on top of a slipped man and is able to stay there and keep him down. At that point, it's 2 rounds to nothing. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if Ziem's the better fighter. It doesn't matter. And now he's got to come out and knock him out, or submit him just to have a chance. Ziem comes out, wins the third round on all the judges' cards, but does not win the fight because he was already down 2. Now, who's to say if he would have won that second round if he didn't slip and fall? Who's to say? I would definitely say that he was winning the second round before that fall, and it wasn't very deep into the second round. So, it wasn't like he was beating up Tom Nolan for 3 minutes before he fell. You know, he was barely winning the second round, if you can even say that. I just, whatever. We're not going to comply. We're not going to cry or complain about stuff like that because we were on Joshua Van. We had a bet on Joshua Van the night he won the championship. You know what I mean? And you know how that worked out. So, getting towards the end of it, a co-main event, Brendan Allen defeated Edmund Shabazian. Absolute fire. Fantastic matchup. Fight of the night, as I'm pretty sure. We were on Brendan Allen. There was a strong chance he could have submitted it, but we know how tough Edmund Shabazian. We thought this one would be a bringer, and it was. Strong structural read, grappling pressure path. They traded hands. Allen was a better fighter from beginning to end. Got another one there. And the last one, there was a touch of disagreement here. Our system, everything we do here at the channel is powered by Warlord. And Warlord was on Bilal Muhammad. Personally, I loved Bonfim in this fight. I've been seeing Muhammad go just try way too often to just be a boxer now instead of that pressure wrestling, which got him to the top of the mountain. So I thought Bonfim was going to take it to him. Did not have the cojones to bet him. Actually, I did, but I didn't want to go against my system publicly. So we let that one ride. Warlord back to veteran structure, but Bonfim was live and youth. The skill showed up. Gabriel Bonfim is not a dynamic striker when it comes to variance. He's not going to do 15 different things. He's not going to be doing spinning head kicks and this and that. Bonfim is going to fight behind his jab. Excellent, accurate, educated jab. He's going to kick your leg. And he's going to do those two. Those are going to be his strikes, and he's going to frustrate you, keep you at distance till you make a mistake. And that's when he's going to sub you. Gabriel Bonfim is the truth. Watch out for that man. Dangerous man. So, final Warlord sword. Side count is 9-3. Strong. System did his job. Farid Zaim could have made him. That was almost a 6-unit swing on that fight. Almost 6-unit swing on that fight. If he wins that fight, we go 10-2 on the cards, and we're talking about being plus 4.5, 5 units on the night, all off of one fight. So the side reads were good. The method market is where the card gets weird. Honestly, it's where a lot of cards get weird. If you can hit those methods, you're on point. If not, stay off of them. So that was every fight, the sides, but just to get a little bit more detailed, right down to the Shadowbox finale itself. Go through these 6 bets that I had. 100 down, premium play, Brendan Allen on the money line, and Farid Zaim on the money line. Minus 114 on bet 365. 2 units we put down on that. Allen handled business, but Zaim got clipped by Nolan. And this one hurts because Farid Zaim was one of our highest confidence points on the entire board. And I totally believe. Now, see, this could be garbage. I could be wrong. And it just could be garbage because it doesn't matter either way. Could be a cope. Who knows? But I believe ZM is getting that second round if he doesn't slip where he slipped. I believe he's getting that second round, and I believe he wins the fight 29-28. So That was a loss. The Castle Parlay. Alessandro Costa, inside distance. Marcus McGhee on the money line. And Iwo Baranowski, inside distance. I got this for plus 120 on Bet365. I put 1.25 units on it, and it hit. This is the third or fourth castle that hit in a row. This is exactly what the castle is supposed to do. It's a strong, confidence, controlled exposure, unit stacking play. That's what it's meant to be. And that's what we do every week. You know, you just need to bulk it up. This is going to be a tough card since there's only 7 fights on the card to try to do some of these parlay things we get into. But anyway, next up is the house special. Joe Anderson Brito on the money line. Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell on the money line. Got these two together for 155 on FD. Put a half a unit on. Bang! Another hit. 2 grappling heavy spots. Both came through. Ketlen Souza by decision, half a unit, lost. Correct fighter, wrong method, pure variance. Marcus McGhee, straight play. By KO, TKO. It's plus 135 on TK, half a unit. Result was a loss. Correct fighter. Marcus McGhee won every round. Dominated the fight. Did not get a knockout. Alessandro Costa by KO, minus 170 on FD, 3/4 units, easy hit, cleanest method read on the board, took him out. That was the 3-3. We put in 1 4-leg. This was super late, but it was a 4-leg plus 166 money line parlay of some of those heavy favorites. It was Shalisha Chavez. Let me see. Marcus McGhee. Oh my gosh. Chavez, Marcus McGhee, Alessandro Costa, and Iwo Baranowski. Those 4 together on the money line for plus 166. That is what that last throw in was. So altogether, plus 0.55 units, barely over half a unit. We'll take that. We'll take the success. Man, it could have been so much more, but we're not going to woulda, shoulda, coulda. Thank you all for joining me. If you made it this far, put a 100 in the comments. One of those red ones, too, with the parentheses. If you made it this far in the video, put 100 in the comments to let me know that you're still with me, that you made it this far. It was a winning night with some lessons learned. We liked it. Now, we'll be back for more. Method variance is always real, especially early in the cards with some of these younger fighters who are always improving. You don't know how or where they're going to go necessarily with it. But inside distance is usually the smarter way to do that. Profitable card, not clean. We did see the board well. Shadowbox Final got home positive. Yo, thanks for stepping out with me, hanging out. I'll be back at you guys here with a breakdown video, North Coast breakdown. Look for the gold video here in the next couple days. We're finally banging on track. We got all the videos out the last few days that we've been supposed to. The third video in 4 or 5 days. That's the way it always was supposed to be. Just got a little behind. Alright, man. Peace, y'all. Thank you.